So let's talk about this childhood dreams event, because to be honest, this is like really good, and I hope we get more events that are upgraded very much like this one is. Beyond that, this is probably a really solid spender week as well for what you're getting. Between just doing the Moonlight gift, there's a $50 pack out there, you're getting treasure train tickets in the meantime, and you're doubling up on the event. So there's a lot of really cool options both for spenders and really awesome changes for free to play, which is going to be something that I want to talk about for other events as well. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's talk about this week's events and hopefully what they're doing with other events. So this right here is absolutely amazing, and honestly I kind of wanted to make sure it was live before we even talked about this too much, but the fact that they have severely changed the price of so many items as well as adding additional items to the store is absolutely huge. Now, they didn't really touch anything on the bottom part, but what they did do is they changed the glory chest, which has every light and dark hero and regular 4-faction hero in it, from 2,500 down to 2,000. Now, normally you could get to 2,500 free to play anyway, it wasn't a big deal, but now what this means is you can get this chest even if you miss like a day or two. Like if you're not actively paying attention every single day, you can still get this, which is cool. And beyond that, that lets you now get maybe potentially some extra heroic trolls, prophet orbs, things like that for bigger events. So this change alone was really solid. But what they really did awesome, they added star spawn core 5s and 6s to a lower price point. So previously, if I remember correctly, I think they were at 3,000. They weren't quite as expensive as the flag chest or of course the artifact chest, and they basically cut the price in half, which is awesome because I think they realized, well, yeah, whales aren't going to go for these anymore. They're completely done. You know who still needs progress? Free to play. Let's give them more options on loot that they can get, which is awesome. That's really cool. It lowers the break point for what free to play needs to get to. They can potentially get 2 of these, like they can purchase both of these or 2 of one of these packages in a single week, depending on if they have enough universal crystal shards, and this is really big. They also added in 2 new chests. One of them is the orange treasure train series, and one of them is the pink one. You guys know I have one that I absolutely love, the alien arcade, because this gives main damage. It's one of only 2 sources that gives main damage in the game and is absolutely powerful. 3,400 is a bit pricey, and it's probably not something you're going to want to chase as a free to play. I feel like the power gains from here might be better. Then again, I mean, you're getting a lot of treasure train stats, especially if it's like the first full shards you have of that pink treasure, because that's a huge boost. Like, for example, if we go in here and we just take a look at the alien arcade, ooh, hold on. Can I actually see the plain version of it? I think I can. Yeah, fixed attack, 46,000. That's a lot compared to even if you were to take like a very offensive one like the Abyss one and upgrade them. You're gonna get more stats technically by going in for the treasure train chest, but again, I don't know quite yet what to recommend. All I do know is that there are more options, and that is really awesome. As far as the orange ones goes, there's none that jump out as like must have kind of compared to like the pink ones, but that is an option. Now, they're still not upgrading this chest to have the auspicious lucky cat because, well, that's not going to happen until it shows up here, and it's not going to show up here until another artifact comes out. So that's going to take a little bit. And then, of course, they've added this right here, the Origin Artifact Selection Chest. This is going to let you upgrade your normal pay-to-win artifacts, mysterious artifacts, into the more premium versions, a la the blacksmith, not the Orange Workshop, but the deification workshop. You're going to need these pieces to upgrade your existing ones, which we will be testing another one later today. If you guys are interested on what deific ones you should go for, stay tuned. This one is going to be a good one. So overall, yeah, pretty solid. If you're going to spend this week, you can of course get the adventure package, give some universal crystals, some treasure coupons, a really good deal, and beyond that, that's already going to get you up to what, like right here in the Moonlight gift. So that's already going to give you an additional 1,500 rocking horses for the campaign event. It's going to give you dice, which might mean even more rocking horses. Is going to give you prism starry gems and universal crystal shards, which you could convert over. So overall, it's like 17 it's probably like 1,800 of your resource, but again, that's still not quite enough to come up to the 5,000 unless you have a big store of universal crystal shards sitting on your account. Most likely, you'll probably want to go for at least the 100 point mark, because then you're getting quite a bit more. You're getting an additional 12. Ooh, that's a lot more. That's basically like another 2,000, because oh wow, these actually give 50 as well, not 20. That's interesting. This is probably a really solid Moonlight gift if you want to chase after these origin artifacts. Me personally, on my account, just for a little tidbit, I don't know if I'm going to be spending that much anymore, just because I'm playing multiple games. And honestly, the amount of money you spend in Idle Heroes right now for where my account is doesn't feel like a ton of progression. So we'll kind of see how it goes. Overall, though, I will say this does seem like a solid event, which does lead me into my next topic, and that is I hope they do things like this in other events, mainly this. This right here, of course, we got in the previous Heroic Scroll event, these Origin chests. We had one possible free-to-play Core of Origin, and then we still had this, what I would call the garbage tier of bonus rewards. It's the first loop of any event that we see. It looks just about like this every single time. It has either a flag or a pay-to-win artifact. Let's be honest, people don't really need those much anymore. Yeah, early game accounts might need them or something. Most of them can be gotten with Glorious Relics from the Glorious Relic shop. I think at this point what needs to happen is this is what the first tier needs to look like, and the second tier needs to look like this right here. I think they can swap it back and forth like every other event, make the Core of Origin here and the Sublimation here, or make the Core of Origin here and the Sublimation chest up here. I think as a free-to-play, they need to start giving out two, or at least one, very inexpensively. Like, I think we looked and it was like, for the Wishing Fountain event we had, it was like you only needed 240 to get to the first tier, but getting to the first tier kind of sucked because, well, it only had a pay-to-win artifact. It didn't have that Core of Origin or anything, and then if you wanted to get the Core of Origin, you needed to go like 1,680 Wishing Coins, which it's not horrible, but it's definitely not as good as it should be, especially since they've now added the new tier of pay-to-win rewards, which it comes in the form of these Origin artifact chests. Now that these are here, they need to stop sharing the same tier as these old resources. These old resources need to be put further up, just like they did with artifacts way back. Then they did it with flags used to be on like the 4th tier down here, then flags slowly creeped up. The same thing needs to happen with both of these right here. They need to creep up and go to the easier, higher tiers to get. My fingers are crossed. Hopefully we see something like this coming in the future where we get more rewards as free to play, or even just easier to get. Let us do like a couple loops, like 1 or 2 loops in like a Heroic Scroll event. Do like 500 scrolls. Let us get a Core of Origin or Sublimation. That would be amazing. My hope is it's coming because this Childhood Dreams campaign event looks pretty solid, and I hope this is here to stay as well. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.